Hey guys, welcome to the Meprolight workshop. I'm Jordan, this is Eric, and we have so much great content to bring to you. We're going to bring to you video content on our new pistol optics, our rifle optics, and just a lot of great stuff coming up for you. So if you do me a favor, hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date for everything that we have going on. But today we're talking about our Mepro Pistol Optics, or MPOs, particularly our Slimelines. Eric, you want to give us an overview?
Yeah, so you hit the nail on the head. MPOs, right? Mepro Pistol Optics. Been pretty clear that in the last few years we've had a gap within this product line. So SHOT Show 2024 launched 6 new MPOs. So we got 3 on the slim side, 3 on the full side, which we've also done a video on. Mm-hmm. So let's get to the slims while we're here.
Yeah. So one thing that we have in common with across all these is the footprint.
Yeah, so we're running RMSc Footprint. Seems to be the industry standard at the moment for Slimeline, and there's even now some full-size pistols also utilizing the RMSc Footprint.
Oh yeah, but we have different reticle options for each one.
Yeah, so I hate to say good, better, best because there's a need and a fit. This is actually my daily carry gun. I've been running an MPO DS on it. So it's important to understand the flow of the name. So we have the MPO DS, which is the dot slim. It's a 3.5 MOA red dot. And then we've got the MPO S. The MPO S is a 3 reticle segmented optic. So you can have a 3 MOA dot, a 33 MOA outer ring, or a third option, which is a bullseye of the 3 MOA dot with a 33 MOA outer ring. And then obviously, last but not least, is the MPO PRO-S. Pro in our line stands for enclosed and has the same reticle system as the S. So you're going to have the 3 segmented reticle system in the PRO-S as well.
Yeah, so that's great, but what about the brightness settings of it?
Yeah, so brightness setting across the board, looking at 12 brightness settings. So all 3 have 10 day and 2 night vision settings. The only differences being that the MPO DS does not have a manual and auto brightness setting. It only runs off of automatic. You have the sensor that's built in front of the LED here. And then from there, we go to the MPO S. We already talked about the reticles, so you have an automatic and manual brightness setting. The automatic brightness sensor is on the front left on both the Pro and the S. And then you're also able to press the up button for about 5 seconds, and then from there it'll go into manual mode. And then you can use all 10 brightness settings within the manual mode. And that is the same from the S, and it carries over to the Pro S as well.
Excellent. There's a lot of similarities between those two.
Yeah, so electronically, the S, the Pro S, electronically are the same optics. Mm-hmm. Obviously, one's an enclosed system, one's an open. But the manual of arms, how you swap the reticles by holding the back button down for 3 seconds and watching it swap, or the manual to automatic with the front button. Yeah,
so let's open up the box and see what you get with the MPO, and then kind of go over exactly how to use each one, right? So one of the most important things that we include in the box is the manual. And we tried to keep it very short and simple and easy to understand.
Yeah, so a lot of companies will have a 30, 40 page manual, entirely too complicated. We tried to pare it down to what a user needs. I don't have a huge attention span, so with that, I need to know exactly what I need and then nothing more. So in there, it'll cover over your torque specs. So torque specs of mounting it to the optic, torque specs of the crossbolt for our Pro-S system, the types of battery used, where the batteries are located, and then the operation functions of swapping the reticle, going from auto to manual brightness settings, and things like that.
It's all covered, so definitely encourage you to read it. It's simple to understand. It's worth a glance through. But as we open this up, the first thing we get is a little multi-tool. It's handy to be sure everything's tightened down or open up the battery tray. For our Pro models, we have an adapter plate as well. And of course, we have our screws with the battery as well. And of course, you have the optic.
That's probably pretty important.
That's kind of the whole point, right? But let's go down and break down each one individually with their specific needs.
Yeah, so DS, like we said, dot only, automatic brightness only. There is no external buttons, which is one of the reasons why I choose it for a carry optic. Sometimes the KISS method is the best way. Keep it simple, stupid, right? So for me, there's nothing to snag. There's no buttons to accidentally turn off with holsters and things. I really do prefer it. The other option of why I like it is that I'm running this with a set of Meprolight Hyper Brights, and it perfectly coat witnesses on this Glock 43X, which allows me to have a backup sight system also on the pistol. Moving up to the S, a lot of similarities. We'll just cover the S and the Pro S together. It has a side battery tray on both the S and Pro S, where the DS, it is bottom fed, but it's what allows it to keep so low to the ground or low to the bore, axis bore. On the S and Pro S, we have side mounted batteries. You've got your buttons on the side, the up button, which then changes, like we mentioned, from if you're in manual, up and down, obviously goes up and down in your 10 settings. And then also holding the up button will kick you from auto to manual. And then pressing the down button for 3 seconds will change your reticles for you. So you've got on all of the pistols, you have your elevation adjustments on top, your windage adjustments on the side, and the supplied tool will change those for you, will allow you to do that. Yeah, one other thing to point out when we talk about screws is that we provide the most common screws available, or the most common screws that we have found that works with most platforms. It is very important that you read your firearms manual, or you go and email them, find out whatever the information, that you are using the correct screw pitch for the holes within the gun. So the RMSCs are pretty standard. We're using all Glocks here. They use a standard M4. That comes in a kit. A 630 seconds also comes in a kit, thread pitch. So we have you covered in most cases. However, it is vitally important for you to understand what screw your firearms manufacturer is using.
Absolutely. Now, shooting these optics, they are, in my experience, I've seen that the glass is very clear. The reticle is clear. And I like the simple dot. That's what I prefer. But it's good to know that you have those other reticle options, and the shootability is excellent.
Yeah, so I know you prefer a dot. I prefer the bullseye version. For me, depending on my yardages, they used to teach how to point shoot from 7 yards and in on the military side. Nowadays, with optics, it is a little different because you are no longer focusing on the front sight. You're now almost target focusing in order to let your red dot come onto the target. So I prefer the outer bullseye ring to be there, so that way once effectively my target is within that circle, I am going to make good hits on contact. So yeah, to each their own. Shooting pistol dots are not easy. There's people, we've been shooting them now for a few years, still not second nature. Muscle memory is hard to break on shooting irons, but I've seen a lot of people make the transition, and when they go back to irons, are even faster.
I know when I made the transition, with unloaded safe gun, I've done thousands of reps drawing and presenting, so that dot comes out every time I present. So one of my superpowers is foreseeing comments that we're going to get on this video, and I know what everyone is wondering is the battery life. Now we'll already have out, or soon we'll have out, a video on battery management. But let's just talk about the batteries and what they bring to the table with these optics.
Yeah, so we're really conservative in our numbers of battery life. We say 20,000 hours at setting 6, which is right in the middle of our brightness range. 20,000 hours is about 2 years of battery life, is what you should expect. I'm going to go, whether you watch the video or haven't, and let you know I recommend you run a battery management plan. So if it is your carry optic, then maybe you're changing it every 6 months. If it's a rifle optic, whatever the case is, maybe it's just once a year. I am a huge fan on my pistol stuff to change them twice a year, simply because I live in the Southeast, so humidity, sweat, there is a ton of rain, and all those things all kind of build up, and I don't want any issues with my battery when I need it.
Exactly. So we have shot thousands of rounds through these optics testing them, but if something were to go wrong, how are they warranted?
So it's covered by the Mepro Guard warranty. So all the electronics, you're looking at 4 years on the electronics, but lifetime on the glass, lifetime on the aluminum frames. If you have an issue, just reach out to us. Let us take care of you. The Mepro Guard name is something new for 2024. However, it's the same policy that we've been executing since Mepro USA has been in business.
Yeah. And be sure to register your products with it. There's a link in the description. That just makes the warranty process easier. Just see that link and register your product. Guys, if you have any questions about these, drop a comment below. We'll definitely get you squared away. Check them out at meprolight.com. And thanks for watching.